I can sum up the show for you with one word. Nothing. Nothing? Nothing.
Everybody's doing something. We'll do nothing. I still don't know what the idea is.
This is the show, and we're not gonna change it.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode 48 of This is the Show. I'm one of your hosts, Alex Webb.
Casey McGowan, episode 48. Happy Friday, folks. I was
waiting for I was waiting for the Happy Friday, folks, because I do the all right and you do the the Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Welcome back. Big back. Consistency.
That's right. While we were getting started here, Casey and I, we were talking about how this is the 48th episode. And what did you say it reminded you of, Casey?
The times table, because you always learn the rhymes. 6 times 8 equals. Whenever I hear the number 48, I just always think 6 times 8. I learned it when I was like, things that sticks in your brain. You hear it once, and the rest of your life you're associated with it. So yeah, from the times table.
I mean, it just goes to show, the stuff you learn when you're a kid, some of that weird shit, like the little rhyming and the ways to connect, things to different information. Those things help. Those tricks, that's why I still count on my fingers. It's foolproof.
You still count on your fingers?
Sometimes.
Yeah, I do too. I just like when I'm doing like math, though, the numbers are always higher than I can count on my fingers, but I will do it sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm a calculator king.
Calculators are key for sure. Shelby and I, we play like we probably play like 3-4 games of Yahtzee a day on average. We play a lot of Yahtzee, and with Yahtzee, you got to be counting. It's a lot of counting. It's all numbers, So
yeah.
Well,
hold on. I almost lost it, but you just before we get into numbers, things that stick. Talking about like counting on our fingers, 6 times 8 equals 48. Things that stick from when you were a kid. Did you hear that?
Now you got ghosts or crickets?
No, I think it was like a gun. It was probably a car backfiring. That's more realistic, but
a car backfiring, dude. I've actually never heard a car backfire that wasn't in a movie.
I've heard it before because I live in New York and everybody be backfiring in New York. But it does sound like a gun. It just doesn't sound as loud, but it's jarring. Like I heard that and I was like, what the fuck was that? But what was I saying? The car fucked me. The car screwed me. Things you remember when you're a kid.
That's there it is.
Is another one for me. Spelling. I have a ton of spelling ones. Like friends. I can't spell friends without fry ends. I always think that. Always.
But it's not the word fry as in FRY.
I know, but I learned it when I was a kid, and now I always think.
All right, fry without the Y, put it with an I, and then ends. It's like you gotta do.
Well, no. What I think they were saying is like fry in the like Friday sense of like FRI.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
Fry ends.
Yeah,
but I always think that.
Like, yeah. I normally kind of do. I don't necessarily associate it with other words, but just in general, like splitting up like the front half of the word and the last half of the word in my brain. It happens really quickly, obviously, but like as an easy way to remember spelling because there's some tricky words out there, but I love spelling.
Boy, is there, bro. Can't spell at all. I'm the worst speller of all time, bro. If it wasn't for spell check, I'd be toast. I mean, I think about I have to, for my job, I have to type the word out. What's that word? Decision. I cannot spell decision. I will never learn it. It's one of those words where like spell check fixes it, and I don't take 1 second to just look at it and be like, okay, got it. I never do that. I just get it and then never learn it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I have a couple words like that. Decision's a fun one though. You've got you've got the C, but the S sound. It's like it's all over the place, man.
It's a tough one. It's like underratedly hard. It is. DEC. I get to DEC and that's it. Like I'm gonna try it right now. Ready? I'm gonna try.
Okay.
DEC. S.
Okay.
No.
Just keep going.
S. DECSION.
You're so close, but you're missing the so in like the phonetics of it, there's decision and there's like the decision. So you're missing the I. It's CISION.
ECSI. Wait, no. What? wait. Let
Get
me
my
figure it
guy
out.
signed up on Wordle ASAP.
Let me figure it out.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
So I was missing an I. The way I spelled it was DECSION. That's how I spelled it. So there's a second I. So DEC.
There it is.
Yep. SION.
Yep. There it is. Nailed it.
Hey, maybe I'll remember it forever.
I think you did great. That was great.
Thanks, buddy.
You took a step back, you evaluated it, solid.
I always think of license too. I can never spell license either. License is a tough one for me.
I'm noticing a trend. If there's a C and an S in one word, you're gone.
It's funny because there's a C and an S in my name. You think this would be my specialty, but
yeah, but here's the problem though.
What?
The C the C in your name, that's like the K, it's not it's not Sacy.
Well, you know what I hate? I hate when letters be sounding like the same letter. So it's like C and S be sounded the same, but they're different. It's like just be a different sound or be the same letter. You know what I mean? Don't be both.
Yeah, you can't be both. It's like G,
G.
You got the G, the J,
G. What's your least favorite letter?
G's up there.
Yeah, G stinks.
G is up there. I might actually even say J though.
Well, what's the problem with J?
Yeah, it's just I don't know. We've got the J sound from the G.
Yeah, but what about so in my theory,
like think of the word gorge, bro.
But here's the thing. G should just be G. There should be no J with G. It should just be G. And J should be J. And that's it. You know what I mean?
I just looked up because I knew this was going to be a good example. I just looked up the word gorge on Google. Okay.
Wait.
Because I wanted to see what
is that word? Use it in a sentence, Alex.
Gorge?
Yeah.
It's not like a ravine, but it's normally like where there's two cascading walls, and then there's like sometimes like water underneath it, in between.
I thought you were saying just short for gorgeous.
No, or to to gorge, to like eat a lot of food, like gorge on some food. So I just looked it up, right? So it's spelled Gorge. Okay, gorge. We got gorge. Gorge. Now Google, with a word, when you look it up in their dictionary, it has like the phonetic, like how it's pronounced, And I kid you not, bro, phonetic, like they have it here. It's Gorj.
Wow.
Just make it that.
Wow. So the problem isn't that there shouldn't be a J or a G. There should be both, but they should do like I said, if you do a thing, do that thing. Don't do two things. Just do one thing. Dude, English stinks.
English is awful. Yeah. Just like objectively, it makes like no sense. We do very few things correctly, or at least well, correctly is subjective, but well is like, that's an objective. Like it's so hard to learn. There's so many like exceptions to rules, dude. It's crazy.
So perfect example, exceptions. You just said that. I think that should be spelled EXSEPTION. Exceptions.
Yeah, we are really seeing a trend here. It's the CS combo for KZ.
He hates it.
100%.
He hates it, folks.
He does
hates
not like
folks.
it. I'm gonna move
Well,
this around.
like license. License is insane to spell. Like, let me try. Look it up and then let me try.
I don't need to look it up.
Sorry, I forgot. Only I'm stupid. But
He says, look up license. I'm good.
so license.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
LIC.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that right?
You just keep going.
Okay. LICSENSE.
So you've got, in your scenario, you have C and S butted up against each other as if to like prolong the license.
Well, then
in this
how do they
scenario.
use it? How does
Just cut that first S. Get that shit out of there. It's LICENSE.
is that right? That's all it is?
Yeah, that's all
Wow.
you need.
Wow. Persistence. That's another one I struggle with.
Again, we're in the CS. You're calling out all of this.
Well, actually, I got another one. I got one that's not SE. I struggle with restaurant.
Because the AU.
No, I think it's because
You're like, there's a U in there? No, I'm just kidding.
well, I think it's let me think about it. Restaurant is
No.
this is bad podcasting. This is the last one. We can't do this for an hour because I will do this for an hour. And I think we've done
We
this.
have done
That's
that.
the-
Yeah.
that's the
Bro,
thing.
and we talked about this, but you gave me like a spelling challenge where you were looking up words and having me spell them for you.
Was that on video or was that like last year? Was that from like a year ago?
That was just a phone call, bro. That was just us hanging out on the phone.
That wasn't on the show? Wow, that's hilarious. God, I'm so stupid. Okay, so February, that's another one I want to talk about. February is insane. And it's kind of it's a Seinfeld joke where George Steinbrenner goes, is it February or February? And what is this rue? That's what George Steinbrenner said as a child. And I agree with that. What is that? That's crazy. But restaurant kind of has the same vibe, which is it's restaurant. That's how it's spelled, right? Like it's rest and then you are and then ant. Yes, restaurant, right? No? Fuck. Okay, you spell it. What is it? Take me through it. Oh, he's got to type it. He's looking it up.
Because I wanted to pull up the phonetics of this. Okay.
Okay.
So hold on. This is looking for restaurants in my area. Where's the hold on. We gotta get at the dictionary. This phonetically is all over the place. Okay. Restaurant, RESTAURANT. Okay. So it's restaurant.
Dude, that stinks. That stinks. That's a bad spelling.
But phonetically, and I wanted to look it up for this exact reason because I knew it was going to be ridiculous. It's just E's. There's no A's. There's no U's. It's just rent. It's like, yeah, crazy.
Restaurant. Well, if I were to spell it the way that it sounds, it should be spelled, in my opinion, SRESTURAUNT. Because rant, you need that aunt sound. You can't be rant, restaurant. Who says that? You know, so you got to get that rant sound. So restaurant, or the restaurant. Happy Friday, folks. Feel free to write in. This is the show 69 at gmail.com. If you have some words that you struggle with, and we'll try and spell them on the air. Hope you guys happy spring. It's light outside. It was, but
oh my
man.
God, bro. That was wild. I'm glad we got that out of our system.
He hated it. He's like, I'm too hungover for this.
I am very hungover. I'm better now, but yeah. last night was fun. We we had a few friends over who I haven't seen in a long time. I've seen them all individually, but all of us together in the same room, it has been a very long time. So had some folks over, drank a lot of beer, hung
type of
out,
beer?
all sorts. We had a little cerveza. We had some a couple like IPAs, some radlers, some sours. Yeah, it was good.
I don't know what any of that is.
Some fruity beer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the flavor was. I don't know.
Well, except for the IPA. But
I haven't drank
like
a beer in 2 years.
radlers. Yeah, no, talking to the wrong person about this, but that's all to say. Yeah, it was a great time. We hung out until like, I think they were here till like 1 a.m. or something like that, which I hadn't, hung out with anybody that late in a little while. Also, I have today, tomorrow, and Friday off. So I was like, yeah, come over. I'm not doing anything except for hanging out and
It's great.
sitting around. So yeah, had some friends over, we chilled. And then I woke up. I only slept like 6.5 hours because I woke up. We had our friend coming over to clean the house, and then I was like, oh, I gotta be up. And so then I just woke up, had coffee. I didn't eat until like 1 p.m. I'm all over the place, dude.
He's in vacation mode.
It's that day off. Yeah, it's that day. I just have no like schedule. My landscaper called me. He's like, hey, can I come over and like, look at something in the backyard? So he came over. I'm chatting with him for like 45 minutes. It's hot out, dude. It's like 82 degrees today. It's crazy.
That's insane. It was actually a little colder out here today. I mean, it's Friday, so sorry, we record days early in the week. But yesterday it was like 65. Today it was like 55. And I think right now outside it's like 48. So it's a little cold. But the day that this comes out, Friday, it's supposed to be 73 degrees. And that's my day off. So, that's going to be big.
It's going to be swim trunks, Casey.
It's almost.
You got to bust out the swim trunks.
I get to 80. It's swim trunks habit. I'll stand up. I'll show them on the podcast. I will show my swim trunks. I hang out in swim trunks all summer. It's like when I'm home, I'm not in pants, swim trunks. And it's wild.
But not shorts either. It's trunks.
No, it's trunks, bro. Big trunks. Light blue.
You got that mesh lining in it?
Yeah.
Wow. That long term, that's a commitment of comfort.
Yeah, man. It's interesting for sure.
Jesus. It's interesting. I love it. It's like your version of like Tommy Bahama, or like who's that dude, 5 o'clock somewhere. I can't remember his name. Like Mardi Gras or Margaritaville. Shit. You know who I'm talking about? Jimmy Buffett, bro. It's big, like chilling in swim trunks around your house in the middle of summer. That's big Jimmy Buffett vibes.
Yo, speaking of Buffett, I just heard a Jimmy Buffett song yesterday that I was like, I'm into this. And I think it's because I got
see.
Well, here's the thing. We got daylight savings time. When daylight savings first hits, all of us want to act like it's summer, but it's not yet. We got to go through the whole winter. April's fucking rainy. It stinks. It's the worst. And so, but this week, so the day that I turned daylight savings was Sunday. And I don't know, I texted you. It was like winter out. It was snowing.
Yeah.
So it was the gray, dark skies. So it being light out till 7:30 at night, I couldn't even tell. It was fucking snowing outside. And so this week, I heard this Jimmy Buffett song. Folks, listeners, write in. This is the show 69@gmail.com. Listen to this song and write it. Tell me if this is not a great swim trunks summertime daylight savings call. It's called Volcano. And it's dude, you got to listen to it. You gonna play a second of it right now? You're gonna just put it on the headphones?
I'm just gonna give it a quick little sample while we're talking here.
I don't know where I'm gonna go when volcano or whatever. It's good. It's literally got the Jamaican like tropical like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
oh wow. I skipped ahead to the lyrics.
Yeah, dude.
That's definitely got a bright and sunny day. It's like Pixar-esque.
Yeah,
You know?
dude. It sounds like the Little Mermaid soundtrack. It's crazy. So yeah, maybe I'm entering my Buffett phase.
It sounds like it. Except no margarita for you.
Well, I got the playlist for the winter that I shared with you, and
What did I say? I was like, we need a 70s summer. I texted you.
Yeah, maybe it'll be an 80s summer. Maybe it'll be like 80s Buffett summer. Maybe I'll get one of those playlists going.
Well, Brad over at the Lick, he's got
that whole thing.
Hold on, I have the playlist right here. It's called Cold Beers and Dancing Cougars.
That's a good playlist.
That's what the playlist is called.
I saw his motorcycle out today. My neighbor Brad, folks, for the folks listening at home, I have this neighbor who's straight out of 1985, and he has a motorcycle that he named Sheila out on the street today because it was bright and sunny. I saw it on the thing, and I was like, "Uh-oh, Sheila's out. He's gonna get a couple cougars on the sissy seat back there, right off into the sunset."
Oh man, that's wild.
Yeah, maybe I'll enter my Buffett phase, but that's fun. I'm glad you're on vacation. You should listen to Volcano tomorrow.
I'll put it on, when because I will no doubt go from my bedroom directly into my office. And once I sit down, maybe I just put that on and chill, open up the windows. I won't turn it because you won't be able to see it anyways. But yeah, look at the curtains or the windows open, the curtains flapping, baby. It's windy and it's warm in my house right now. It's like 77 or it's perfect. This is like the ideal ambient temperature of a house, in my opinion.
That's good stuff.
Dude, you know what? Okay, speaking of daylight savings, did you hear they might cancel daylight savings?
I did see that. And that's bro.
Crazy.
I love it. Actually, I don't know if I love it. No, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, we love it. I don't have daylight savings now in Arizona, and it's the best.
What do you mean you don't have it?
I mean, we don't do it.
What? What do you mean you don't do it?
What do you mean what? You know that.
I don't know that.
You do know that, though, because before daylight savings, you were 2 hours ahead of me. And after daylight savings, you're now 3 hours ahead of me.
Is this
and
new?
That's because
I did notice your text that said that, and I was like, "What is he talking about?"
That's what I'm talking about. It's because Arizona voted against daylight savings. I don't know how long ago, but they don't do it here.
Wow, that's crazy. That's amazing.
Yeah, we haven't done it for years.
Wow. No, I didn't know that.
So half the time we're in Pacific Standard Time, and then half the year we're in Mountain Standard Time. When I'm 2 hours behind you, I'm in Mountain Standard Time. So we've been on this shit. And so now it's, we're just waiting for the other 49 states to catch on up. I don't know if any other states do it or not, but
how is it in the winter? How light does it stay outside?
It's the same. You don't notice it.
Really?
You don't notice it.
But you had this in California. You had daylight savings.
Daylight savings is yes. Daylight savings is.
So this was your first year without it.
In a long time. Yeah.
So you've lived this before. Wow. So here's my question for you, because I did think about this right before we started recording. That's funny. You brought it up. But it makes it seem like we planned this, but we didn't.
Definitely not.
Plan anything. But because of this bill is potentially going to get passed, I was thinking about it though. And the serotonin rush you get from the first day that you notice that it's light outside for a whole other hour, it's like life-changing. So I'm like, if that goes away, will we lose the dread of not having it and then having it when it hits? You know what I mean? It's like not like doing heroin for a while, which folks don't do heroin, but if you don't do it and then you do it, it probably feels pretty good,
I hear you.
I've never done heroin.
And I'll that's not surprising. And I'll use your comparison to say that I won't, because I don't see how I could connect it. But the whole thought process is you won't have to worry about you're getting a serotonin rush because you were so miserable. So yes, you're not getting a serotonin rush necessarily like from your experience anyways, I don't know if other people do this, but you won't. But you also won't be as miserable during the winter. Therefore, you won't necessarily need the serotonin rush. You know what I mean? Like, it'll all kind of come out in the wash.
So it's like taking a little bit of heroin every day versus like no heroin for 3 months and then taking a lot of it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Cool. Don't do heroin, folks.
There's also, yeah. So, but it's not like official, but they're working on trying to cancel it so that we just stay in this like time space that we're in right now instead of having to switch it over in the fall, which would be wild.
Nice.
Because that's the worst part.
Wild.
Like, that's the worst part about going into winter, is like that switch from like, holy shit, it's like so dark out now, like, yeah, it's going to get like naturally darker, but it's not going to be to the same extent. So
no, it's not going to be 4:30 or 4:25 or whatever it is when you first fucking get it. That's
it'd be
rough.
5:30, It might just be a
still
little bit darker when
stinks,
you wake
but
up too, but it's
yeah.
already dark.
Yeah, dark all the time. Winter's bad.
But I mean,
but-
you're not going to escape that because that's fucking winter. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just like,
But so Tuesday here was like really nice. Tuesday in New York, it was like sunny and the sun didn't set, or maybe that was Monday. It was either Monday or Tuesday. It was one of those days, but it was like really nice out, and it was like, this is good. This is good stuff.
mhm.
And then today, the day that this airs, 73 degrees out and sunny. But so March is
Amazing.
fun. When daylight savings hit, March is fun because it's before the seasonal allergies start for me. And I I hate April. April I am not into. I think April stinks.
You're not an April guy?
Because of the rain, bro. I feel like at least in the spring of, I can't really remember April from last year, but in the spring of 2020 when the pandemic first took off, I felt like it was gray and rainy out every day for 30 days of April. Like, it was just brutal. Like, it rains in April, bro. April showers, May flowers,
True. But what do they bring? Yeah, exactly.
Sorry. But what if I didn't know? What if you were like,
Yeah,
well, what
I
do
hear
they
ya.
bring? And I was like, I don't know. What are you talking about? What?
It doesn't really rain like that here though. Like in Arizona. I don't know. It's just kind of like it rains during the summer. We have like monsoons and shit. But anyways,
Yeah.
dude, we got to talk about this thing though, this Netflix thing, because I was like, I can't forget, because listen to this, okay? So you know how in like a couple months ago they raised the price, right? And it went from like $15 to $20 a month.
They did?
Yeah. You should go
Damn.
check your bank statements. They're charging $20 a month now.
Wow. Fuck. I do have to check my bank statement.
So yeah. Well, yeah, it was like a whole thing online. People were like posting about it, whatever. But now get this, dude. They're also like cracking down on people sharing their passwords. So you have to like confirm who lives in your house that can use your password, so that like someone in, Wisconsin can't use my account.
Really? When did
Yes.
this happen? Oh, damn, bro. We got the delay. I can sense it.
I know.
I can sense the delay.
know.
It kicked on. I don't know when that happened, but I can feel it.
It happened like 5 minutes ago. I just didn't want to bring it up because I didn't want to address it and make it real.
Well, but anyways, bro, I didn't even know that. I didn't know any of this. Netflix, I am not a Netflix guy. I have Netflix, but I am not a Netflix guy.
Well, hear me out here, because I used to be a Netflix guy. I was like, Netflix is chill. And like, they got some good stuff on there. They got a good anime selection, yada, yada. I think I like the Netflix stocks for me are dropping tremendously day by day. I'm like less and less about it just in general. It's like $20 a month. And dude, their original content, for the most part, there are some good pieces out there, but Netflix original content has got to be some of the worst consistent shit I've ever seen in my life, dude. It is truly bad.
Yeah. And that's
Bad.
what I read a piece the other day, a film criticism piece that was like, the reason the Oscars don't want to give Netflix any awards is because they don't want to award this behavior of like taking movie stars and good actors and making them do these low quality things for a ton of money because they have the most amount of money in America. And so
Right.
like they don't want to afford that and completely destroy. Like the second that Netflix wins an Oscar, like for best picture, we're done. Like independent movies are done. Like that was kind of the thesis statement of this piece. And I
Yeah.
kind of agree with it. I'm a little bit of like, yeah, dude, you can't let the monster win.
Yeah, it's concerning. I like they have the potential to be good. And again, I will say that, I think that the Netflix original animated stuff, not even just anime, but like American animated stuff that they do, also the cartoons that they do, those are all like solid. I like the
Yeah.
ones that I've seen, I've liked all of that. So the animation department, I'm not looping in there because that, from what I've seen, has been like pretty like, great quality. But like the series and the movies that they do, it's and like even like the reality TV. I like reality TV. I'll watch reality TV for hours if it's good, or like
Yeah.
even if it's bad but entertaining and like the characters are lovable, blah blah blah. Like as long as it's like quote unquote good, I'll watch it. But man, it is tough. And like just like the uptick in fees, it's like, what are we paying for at this point? Like I get HBO for free through my cable subscription. HBO Max, HBO original content, Apple TV content, dude, is incredible. For like
That's what I've
everything
heard.
I've seen. Apple
what I've
TV
heard,
stuff is
yeah.
like, because it's curated. Apple doesn't put out bad stuff. They just don't. And that so far has gone for their like media endeavors.
Well, I even got a even worse take
Hit me.
about like a company that's bad but makes good content. I think I've said this before, is Amazon. Amazon Originals.
Yeah.
Fuck. And it's one
Yeah.
of those things where it's like bad because everybody's like Amazon's the devil, it's the end of America, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I don't know, some of the movies they put out, it's pretty good. Like I've watched a few, like they're better than Netflix. Like Netflix, I watched The Adam Project, the new Ryan Reynolds, who Sean Fennessy, who's a film critic I liked, deemed him the Antichrist of culture, which I totally agree with. I think he stinks and is overrated. And I watched that original movie just because I was like depressed or anxious or something. I put that movie on. That was like one of the worst things I've ever watched in my life. It was like trying to be a Spielberg, like Kid
Like-
Wonder type movie, and it was
Like
all
Super 8
shot.
kind of thing.
Yeah, well, it was like a Spielberg movie, like E.T. or like it was trying to be like that.
Okay, I see.
And it was all shot on a back lot. It looks like it's shot in a back lot. Not even good production design. The camera, we've talked about the glossiness of the 4K conversion, so it has no actual like substance to it. Like it looks like content made by a corporation, and it's just like
Yeah.
unwatchable material. And the problem is that this is why Academy Awards don't want to reward their good stuff, because people fucking watch Netflix, bro. People watch every single series
Yeah.
that comes out. People I know, I watch it. I watched the Adam Project just because I had it and it popped up. But like, people like Love is Blind is awful. Like it is awful. I am anti-reality TV. I think it is bad for humanity. I've worked, this is coming from a guy who worked in reality television. So,
Sure.
give me some slack here with how hard I'm going to go against it. I get it. It can be good, blah, 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 whatever.
Okay.
But my whole theory is like they pump those shows out like they did a Tiger King 2. To me, Netflix feels like feed the piggies their slop. That's what it feels like. It feels like give them their bullshit. Give them their terrible, like, here you go. Oh, you need a new show? Here's 8 episodes of a thing that makes no fucking sense and looks awful. And you're just like, okay, we'll have it. And you're like, what the fuck are we doing? Sorry. This is getting me hyped. But
No,
crazy.
I mean, bro, we were literally spelling for the first 20 minutes of this episode. So it's good we got a little energy in here, So
Hey, I like the spelling stuff. I thought the spelling was good.
Well, it's because you were learning and people love to learn.
It's true. It's true.
No, but so I have another like as a branch off of your original idea, which is like they just churn out content with no real consideration for their audience, or at least that's what it's perceived to be like, which is that they're making this stuff and they know you're going to eat it, so they're just going to give it to you, and it doesn't matter because they know you're just going to take it, you know?
Yeah.
And from that thought, it had me thinking about, and I've thought about this for a while too, but they have this like they have no like real like care or understanding for the universes and the worlds and the content that they create, and so therefore it cheapens it. And what I mean by that is that they will make 2 seasons of an incredible show, or at least an entertaining or a good show with like some good character development and some good storylines and yada yada, and they will cancel that show after 2 seasons because it didn't perform a certain way for them, even though it was good. And then it's rinse and repeat that shit, where they will put out a season, make you fall in love with it, cancel it, make a new show, 2 seasons, good, cancel it. And it's like, you feel like you don't want to commit to their shows anymore because you don't know if in a month or in a year they're just going to get rid of it and toss it out like it didn't even exist, and then it's just on to the new one. And it kind of like cheapens the experience of like, television and movies should be impactful to you and make you think and make you like appreciate the art that it is. And if you're just like putting out 900 things a week, who cares? You know,
Right.
it's like a big, it's just like one massive YouTube channel that makes way more content than you could ever digest.
Yeah, dude. It is I think if you go on it and you go to new arrivals, they did a thing last year, and I think they're doing it again this year, where they said, we're putting out a new Netflix original movie every sorry. They put out they were like, we're putting out a Netflix original movie every week for the rest of the year. They did that last year, and I think they're doing it again this year. They had that weird teaser thing. Bro, they're producing Knives Out 2. And like the one shot of it in that teaser trailer looked so bad. And that movie is good. And it was good when it was made. And I'm like, what is happening? And that's the other thing they do that I hate. They just take things and they go, okay, this is ours now, and we'll make our version of it, which is bad. And it's just like, I can't do it, man. I really, it bums me out. And I'm not even one of those guys. Like I just said, Amazon makes good original films, but like, so I'm not one of those like, you can only go see movies produced by fucking Bleecker Street. Like I'm not that guy. I'm not. And that's the other thing. We know that Netflix can do it. Like they have made original shows and movies that are good. Like I think about Marriage Story. Marriage Story is a great movie that was, you know, they took a shot on an auteur. Granted, that movie did well in the awards race, but like, you know, that movie's not gonna get as many viewers as The Adam Project. That's Ryan Reynolds and Jennifer Garner and Mark Ruffalo, like a 90-minute terrible thing that literally could have been good if it was made by a real studio, made by a real director, blah, blah, blah. But like, it's just made by a corporation. So like, you know, I'm not one of those guys that's like, you only can see independent things. I do not believe in that because I know that Netflix has made good things, but and now they're fucking cracking down on the password change. It's like, bro, how much money do you need? How much money do you need?
They also make it, and I feel like this is intentional, but they make it difficult for you to go back and find old stuff. Like, let's say that a movie came out in 2017 that you don't remember the name of, but you really loved it. Good fucking luck finding that movie.
Yeah, they push their new shit
through their search.
They push their new stuff.
It's just new content. It's like after like 2 months, 3 months, good luck trying to find it if you don't remember who was in it and what it was called, or even like, you know, like you're just not going to find it unless you do some really good Googling, in my opinion. You're just not going to do it. And that's also a problem because again, it cheapens it, right? Like it makes you feel like anything that's not come out in the last 3 months is like not worth watching because you're just trying to stay current. You're just trying to watch the Adam Project, which I don't even know anything about that movie, but like the whole point is like, you can go back and find a movie on like DVD or on like just go rent it that came out in like the 90s. Great movie, totally cool. But like, good luck finding a movie from 2017 on Netflix.
Well, that's the other thing. They won't like. I remember because I was trying to find the Meyerowitz stories, which I've never seen, which was Noah Baumbach's movie with Netflix, the one with Adam Sandler before Marriage Story. And like, you have to search it, and you really got to search for it. It's not on their homepage anywhere because it's from fucking 2017. It's exactly what you're talking about. It's from 2017. You can't find Marriage Story out there. And that was like one of the good things they make. They go, no, you're on the homepage. You're either going to watch Squid Game, or you're going to watch fucking The Adam Project, or you're going to watch Love is Blind season 2, or you're going to watch this other fucking thing that's making us a ton of money. So that way we can keep generating all the money and the views that we want. Also, what they don't do, they don't even release their numbers. So like, we don't even know like how well they're doing, which is like, fine. You don't have to do that. But like, it's just hilarious that, oh man, it's just funny. It's just weird.
Yeah. Bums me out because in theory, it's a good service and they have the potential. We've seen it. It's not even necessarily a fringe case that they can make a good show. It's just that like the good versus the bad, or like the volume is like way off. It's like, maybe don't do a movie a week, do a movie every 2. But again, it's just because like they've just, there's so much competition now. You got Paramount Plus and you've got Peacock and you've got HBO and ESPN. Yeah, I don't know who's watching the ESPN app, but you know what I'm saying? Like, just in general, like there's a lot of competition for them. So they have to keep putting stuff out. Now you've got people like Apple stepping into the picture. And Apple, we know they just make good stuff, generally speaking. Again, I've only watched like 3 shows of theirs so far and a couple of movies, but everything I've seen has been like pretty good. The shows, oh my God. Well, yeah, I talked to you about Servant a little bit and the show called Severance, both great.
Oh yeah, Severance is new. I don't have Apple TV anymore. I had a free subscription when I got a new phone, and then it ran out, and I just don't have it anymore. So
yeah,
I got too many subscriptions, by the way. I was talking to my buddy about this.
I was just going to say the same thing.
I got way too many subscriptions. I do that fucking thing where I get billed monthly, and I'm like, Wondery, what is that? And then I have to Google what it is, and then be like, I signed up for that? When? I got billed for Audible for like a year before.
That's expensive. That's like $15, $20 or something like that.
Yeah, dude. I have a big problem where I delete the app off my phone, but I don't remove the subscription. So I'd be paying for subscriptions, bro. I paid for the Calm app. I've never meditated once in my life, clearly. And it's wild.
Yeah. Dude, the Calm app is nice though. I use Headspace. That's a great app.
Yeah, I did it once. I can't do it. I'm bad at it. I know the whole thing is that you got to practice and whatever, but no, I want to hold on 1 second. I'm trying to, oh no, I knew but I was going to list the subscriptions I have, active subscriptions I have Max, Hulu, Amazon Prime, Netflix, Criterion, Disney Plus, Peacock, Shudder, and that's it. But that's too many. That is too many.
That's a lot. Do you have like a notes app or like a note of this? How did you know? Or are you just looking at apps on your phone?
I have the subscription thing, and I just kind of
streaming apps. Got it.
Although I don't pay for Disney Plus, my brother does because he has a 3-year-old daughter, so I get to use his, which is great.
That's nice. Yeah, I'm like a similar problem. I mean, I still pay for cable. Like that's a whole other thing.
Well,
but I like
great. Cable's the king. Like my buddy Alon has cable, and he'll like text me on a weeknight, and he'll be like, "Hey man, I'm watching 50 First Dates on TNT." I'm like, "Fuck," because I'm like, I want to watch that.
Yeah, there is something nice about just like the removal of choice.
Yeah,
from watching something, because you get like analysis paralysis when you're looking for a movie to watch. You spend an hour picking out a movie.
Did you just come up with that?
No.
Oh, damn. I was about to be like, whoa. I didn't know I had a poet on the show here. What is going on with this?
No. That's like a common term. but it's true, right? It's like you're like, I don't know what to watch. I'm indecisive, yada yada. Especially if you're going in with no plan of like, I want to watch this movie. You turn on cable and they're playing Stargate SG-1 for 4 hours. They're playing 50 First Dates. They're playing like, I don't know. What's that first? Oh yeah, Casino Royale on Spike TV. Like they got that going. Like
they got Now You See Me Too on USA.
Yeah. And like that's it. And it's just like, okay, cool. I guess I'm watching Casino Royale. Like that's, because that's all that's on. And I love that. Like, yeah.
By the way, analysis paralysis, those are two words I'd probably have trouble spelling, let's be honest. This would be tough. That'd be tough.
Yeah. They're good ones.
Yeah, I have your DirecTV cable login, by the way, because
oh, good. You should use it
for the football playoffs, and I always forget because I saved it. It's in the DirecTV thing, and I'm like, I should use this.
Yeah,
I should use cable.
You should. Honestly, well, I don't know if it would work because maybe it'll like, I was gonna say, like, send you a box so that you can like have like a proper like, dude, here's what's crazy.
That. You'd have to pay for that.
Yeah, probably. But dude, here's what's crazy about cable nowadays. It's like, it's not, or at least the cable subscription that I have is it's not like that huge box that actually uses a cable. Like a coax cable. It doesn't use that like a normal, like it's just over Wi-Fi now. It's just like you stream a cable service. You don't access it. It's just wild now. Yeah, I don't know. When I got cable like the middle of 2020. Yeah. The middle of 2020 or like end of 2020. Because I needed that holiday cheer. I always get cable around like the holidays because I want to watch Freeform and like Hallmark Christmas movies like on repeat. And so I'll just get cable and then cancel it. But I kept it this time because I signed a 12-month subscription and then I just never canceled it.
The Cozy channel, Cozy TV. Have you heard of this?
Kozi? Yeah.
No, I think it's COZI.
Is it?
I think so.
Cozy. Oh, it is. It is COZI.
You know that channel?
Cozy TV. Yeah.
That channel low key plays Home Improvement sometimes. they play Home Improvement and they leisure and like they will play the Christmas episodes of Home Improvement in December at night. It's
this is like Nick at Night. This is like that Nick at Night vibe, but 24/7.
Yeah, dude. Which is a good idea for a channel. It's no Laugh TV, but it's the Laugh Network.
Yeah.
No
Laugh Network. Incredible, dude.
Yeah.
Good old days. Incredible.
The good old days. God, that was 2 years ago, bro. We were in quarantine 2 years ago this week. That's when
we were talking about the Laugh Network.
Yeah, that was March, like the end of March, middle of March, April in 2020.
Well, it was, it was like around there because you were in Connecticut, holed up with your mom and her husband, and we were like memeing back and forth about neighbor Brad.
That's
with the lights off, eating the Ben and Jerry's.
Eating the Ben and Jerry's, watching the Laugh Network.
because I don't know, maybe this is oversharing, but there and we can cut it out if it is, but Paul would like come and like eat your Ben and Jerry's like from the freezer,
Yeah, he would eat my ice cream.
But then like if you ate like a frozen pizza, he'd be like, "Hey, that was $5, pal."
Yeah,
it was like,
dude.
But you're eating my ice cream.
I leftovers too. I'd get like a chicken sandwich. I would eat like half of it from a restaurant, and then I'd come home, and the next day the other half was gone. He would eat it, and I'm like, "Wow, no laws in this house."
That's an absolute king move.
Trying to watch the Laugh Network and enjoy the second half of my sandwich. Can't even do it.
Dude, you were living off the sandwiches too. Like every time I'd hit you up and be like, "Hey man, what are you doing?" You're like, I'm triple masked walking over to this Italian restaurant to go get a chicken parm sandwich or some shit.
Bro, it was so crazy back then. It was so crazy with what we didn't know. We were washing the groceries and the whole thing. I know people have said that, but it's like just because it's the anniversary of it, or I guess it was like last week. It wasn't really this week, but the anniversary of like when that all happened. But like those like first 3 months were wild. Like mid-March till about like June until the riots happened, which was a whole other bag of fucking whatever. But that was just wild. It was crazy. It was a crazy time.
Yeah, it was pretty dark. Yeah, there was also like moments where I remember feeling like so claustrophobic, even if I were to go outside and like walk around the neighborhood, just knowing that I couldn't actually go do anything. I just felt like so like well, because you didn't know how it was going to end. Well, to a certain degree, we still don't, I suppose, but we're just kind of back to playing pretend, which is what humans do best. We just kind of pretend everything's all right until it's absolutely not. But up until that point, we're like pretty good at like avoiding the problem.
Nobody avoids,
which I think we've talked about this before, where wow, just that's like that's like the human condition, bro. It's like we're really good at proactive planning, and we're extremely good at like reactive planning, which is like we're not going to try to prevent something bad from happening, but when we inevitably make something bad happen, we're pretty good at like solving. I say pretty good because there's like obviously great examples of us not doing that well, but every now and again we do it okay. This is all to say though, man, yeah, that was wild. Also, speaking of anniversaries, we've got what is it, like the 20th or the 21st is when Shelby and I moved to Arizona from the Bay Area. Your camera's frozen, by the way.
I'm frozen?
Oh, you're back. The second you said I'm frozen, it's like you woke it back up, but you were frozen like this. You looked like a painting.
Are you sure I wasn't just sitting there like that?
I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm sure.
But you moved to Arizona this week? Last year?
Yeah, it was like March.
What? Oh
Yeah.
my God, that's insane. Golly,
That
we were doing the podcast back then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
God.
God.
We were.
Dude.
We were doing the cast.
Fucking slow down, man. But also speed up. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the Modest Mouse lyric, where he says, the days go slow, or the years go fast and the days go so slow.
That Modest Mouse is pretty good. Good stuff.
Great.
They got some good stuff going on.
They haven't done an album in like years, but yeah, they're great.
What was that one with Float On? I know that album.
Yeah.
Green Arrows,
yeah.
or it's like green and there's like paper planes on it or something. What was that?
Yeah, it's like, oh, I can't actually even remember that. That's how long it's been since I've looked at that album.
It was when we were like straight up like 13 years old.
Good news for people. Yeah, it's called Good News for People Who Love Bad News. That's right.
That's like us. That's like us.
Yeah, true.
That album was great for us. Maybe I'll re-listen to it tonight.
It's great. I actually feel so bad that I had to look that album up. I feel like I have fallen off of just any sort of like indie, like status that I had because I had to look that up. But I haven't listened to them in so long, bro. I've been too busy listening to drum and bass.
I was gonna say you're not really into instruments, or you're not into bands with instruments anymore. You've kind of devolved. you've kind of turned into strictly drum and bass synth type stuff. You really
listen to a lot of electronic music now.
I texted Alex. I was like, "Hey, the new Big Thief album's good." I didn't even get a response. He was like, "Come on, what is that? I don't really hear about that. What do they play instruments? No thanks. See you tomorrow."
A synthesizer is an instrument.
No, I'm not saying they're not instruments. I meant like the ones.
No, you said it.
I didn't say
no, you said it.
I did not say that.
You said it.
I didn't mean it like that. I meant it in the sense of like.
Oh, you didn't mean it like that. Okay.
They play instruments,
right. Hey,
bro. There is
no
a difference between someone making something on a synthesizer and a computer versus someone playing a guitar. You got to give me that.
Yeah, the synthesizer is way harder to master. I'll agree
Probably.
with.
Probably. I'm not
No,
saying one is harder.
I'm just talking shit. No,
One-
bro,
one
let's
is not-
fight right
no,
now.
I'm not saying that one is harder than the other. I'm literally not even saying that. I'm just saying there's a difference.
I know. But yeah. No, there is for sure.
There's a rhythm that
but
has
it's funny
to
though,
happen
because
on the instrument that does not happen on electronic instruments.
there's it was funny. I had, like I said, I had my friends over last night, and they brought over a few records that they had picked up over the last few days, because one of them lives here, the other one was visiting. The one that was visiting went to our old store and picked up some records, and he was playing some stuff. I was like, oh, they're still making music. Like, who was it? Was it My Morning Jacket? I can't even remember now. Although we didn't play it, but he was like pulling out all these like older bands that we were like listening to back in the day, and they were like, yeah, this is their newest album. It's really great. I was like, I have not listened to like any new like indie or rock music for like the last like 5 years. I just, not on purpose. I just, you can only listen to so much.
You grow out of.
I like it.
I feel like music is phases also. It's phases of when you whatever. I personally have not gotten into a synth phase or a electronic phase. I don't necessarily listen to that music, or I never have. But we were just talking about, I'm listening to fucking, I'm listening to fucking Chic and the Crusaders and Jimmy Buffett. So it's like, I don't know, you just go through different phases of stuff you listen to.
It's true.
Genres change and stuff.
And yeah, totally. And I would say that it's like, it's healthy to like branch out in your music interests and like learn. Like, I can only listen to the old Modest Mouse album so many times before I'm just like, all right, you need something fresh. Like, that's what's so cool about music, is like there's just so much of it. All of it sounds so different from one another. When you get into new genres, you're like, how it's just like, it's crazy. And then, you just kind of rabbit hole. And I've been listening to a lot of like soundtracks too, but that's kind of, again, like in like the synth-esque genre, like the Mandy soundtrack. We've talked about that before.
The what? Oh, the Mandy soundtrack. Well, that was funny. You were like, yeah, I love that soundtrack.
Yeah.
You never saw the movie. I was like, you gotta watch the movie.
Yeah.
It is a good soundtrack. But
Yeah,
you should listen to the movie. Or listen to the movie. You should
Yeah.
watch the movie.
Yeah. I eventually did, because I was, I had that Shudder account just sitting there. I was like, well, I should probably watch this.
Yeah, I like. God, I tell you, you're gonna hate this. You ready for you? I fucking hated, and people love it. I hated, like capital H, hated the Dune soundtrack. I was like, this is making this movie worse. I like legitimately think it is bad. So. How's that for a hot take?
That is a hot take. I only listened to it once, truthfully, aside from watching the movie, but I did like a full playthrough. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
But was it just like too like droning and like heavy, or what?
It wasn't even good droning. That's the thing. I like a droning soundtrack. I mean, I listened to the Card Counter soundtrack for fucking 3 months, but that's all drone.
Yeah,
so
dude, that's a wild soundtrack right there.
Have you listened to it?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, bro, all winter long. You were like sending me links to songs, and I'd play it, and then it would just keep playing the album,
Yeah. Have you watched that movie yet?
No.
You should watch that movie. I want to talk about it with you so badly.
And I don't know, bro. We're really opening up here on this cast today. The main actor, what's his name again?
Oscar Isaac from Dune.
Oscar Isaac. Yeah. Now, I like him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't love him as an actor. I actually don't really. I don't know what it is. I think he's good, but there's just something about it. I don't know. I can't like connect with him. I feel like. In a lot of roles anyways. Like, I liked him in Llewyn Davis, but
Well, he's great. I was gonna say, and Llewyn Davis, he's the king. But
Yeah,
I don't really know other
I'm thinking of
movies
him in
his.
Star
I'm trying to
Wars,
think.
where I just kind of liked him, but I didn't
Yeah,
love him in it.
I never watched the Star Wars, so I don't really. I miss those, but well, the card counter. It's not even about him for me. That movie is more about the movie. I think I don't really
Yeah,
care about him as being the star. That's not the selling point of that movie. To me, that's not an Oscar Isaac. It is a Paul Schrader movie. So I think there's
yeah,
a different type of thing you could get out of it. But I do get that. I mean, somebody Alon texted me last night. And he goes, I'm rewatching Baby Driver, and I'm like, I can't watch that movie again because I hate that kid. I just hate his face. I hate his face. It stinks. I'm like, I can't.
cancel Elgort or something.
I can't do it. He's in the West Side Story,
I've-
the Spielberg one. I haven't watched it because I don't like that
Mm.
guy. I'm like, I just do not
Yeah.
fuck with that guy. I
Yeah,
think he stinks. Right in if
I-
you like him.
I never saw Baby Driver actually.
Well, I don't know. I'm not I like Shaun of the Dead. I don't like anything else that guy's done. So
Edgar Wright. You
Yeah.
really you don't like Edgar Wright stuff?
I love Shaun of the Dead. I think
Shaun
it
of
is
the Dead. Yeah,
I think
yeah,
it's
yeah.
a masterpiece. I think
Yeah.
mostly Baby Driver, which is probably mostly influenced by how much I don't like that kid's face. But
Yeah.
Last Night in Soho, his new one that came out in October that like no one talked about
I
because
didn't
it was
see it.
literally one of the worst movies I've seen last year. I was like, this is awful. So he's burned me. He's burned me a couple times. So I'm getting.
I feel that.
Did
Did you watch Hot Fuzz?
Well, that's the thing. I never saw Hot Fuzz, so I got to give Hot Fuzz a chance.
Yeah, Hot Fuzz is good. He also didn't he do the Scott Pilgrim movie?
Yeah, I never saw those either.
Oh, baby.
Are they good?
I love both of those. Scott Pilgrim, I don't know. Again, it's like that weird kind of like watching it in your 30s versus watching it at like 20 or 21. Like it might be like a different vibe, you know? So I don't know. Like, so that might hit differently. Hot Fuzz for sure will like carry over. Because it's just more Shaun of the Dead energy through like a different story, essentially.
Yeah, no, I love Shaun of the Dead. It's one of my. I love it. I think it's great. But what was I saying before that?
Paul Schrader, Card Counter.
Oh yeah, it's just it was more about like that type of movie. So
Yeah.
You were saying that you didn't like Oscar Isaac's face. That I had that with that kid from Baby Driver.
Yeah.
I don't like that kid's face. I get it's him and the guy from Whiplash, and they have similar looks. They look the same, and I don't like it.
It's the baby face.
Yeah, it's a bad face. It's a bad face. I don't like it. I'm not into that face.
What's that guy's name? Miles something?
Teller. Yeah, he stinks.
Miles Teller.
Yeah.
He always just kind of seems like again, he's like in my mind anyways. He kind of does like the same character, like angsty teenager, angsty young adult, like he just kind of does that the way that we were talking about how Ryan Reynolds, we were talking about that over text, but how Ryan Reynolds just kind of is the same person in every movie. He's like that Sandra Bullock, although I think she's actually got range, but everyone says she doesn't and just plays the same character.
I think Sandra Bullock is great.
I know. I don't know why people always say that, bro. I always hear
she's
people I think she crushes, dude. Have you seen The Net, by the way?
The Net?
The Net, like the internet,
Net.
but yeah, The Net.
No,
it's like
but I've seen dude. I gotta watch
90s cyber thriller, bro.
I gotta watch The Net. Yeah, The Net is big. That's big on the list. She's in it, right?
Yeah, she's the protagonist. Okay, do you remember when I couldn't remember? I was like something spider. I couldn't remember the name of the movie.
From last week.
Yeah, Along Came a Spider. It came to me. Yeah, it came to me like 3 hours after the episode, and it hasn't left my brain yet.
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
That's good. I haven't watched Runaway Jury yet, but it's on the list. I'm gonna watch it. Maybe
Okay. Oh yeah.
maybe tomorrow while I'm working, I'll watch Runaway Jury. But no, dude, Sandy Bullock, God, she's the best. I mean, I remember people giving shit to Ocean's 8, and I was like, she's so great in it. Like,
Yeah.
she's not doing, people were like, well, she's not, the Clooney type or whatever. I'm like, doing something different, and it's good. Bro, even that racist football movie where it's like the white savior movie, I think she's great in it. I love that movie. I mean, I only saw it once. I shouldn't say I love that movie, but I like it.
Sponsored. I never saw it, but yeah, I think she's great. She's also funny, which I think
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Ocean's 8 and Miss Congeniality. I mean, come on.
Love Miss Congeniality, dude. So good.
One of the best. I watched it when I was, I watched it recently.
That was the first movie my family owned on DVD.
It's such an iconic cover. I had it on VHS. The pink dress with the blue backdrop and the white. Yeah, there's a lot going on. It's good stuff.
Like the little sash,
Yeah, the sash and the crown. And she's got the gun holster on her leg. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Love Sandy
Gun.
Bullock. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Well, I think that's an hour.
I think that's over an hour for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
We should wrap up.
Yeah. Plug them up, baby.
So first of all, I want to give a huge shout out to listener Emily. She came to one of my stand-up shows last weekend. Thank you, Emily, for coming. We took a picture of the whole thing. It was nice to meet her. So if you're a listener and you live in New York, come to one of my shows. We'll hang out. It'll be a good time. So also, if you want to just if you're a new listener, we're posting TikTok clips like there's no tomorrow. And we got 100 followers, which is big for us because we had like 26
Huge.
10 days ago.
I think that was our goal for like the end of the year. We were like 100 followers by then.
Yeah. So, and we got some Instagram followers and the whole thing. So if you are new to the show, please email us. This is the show 69@gmail.com. We want to hear from you. We'll read your email. We got a whole thing. Check out the backlog. We're on Spotify, Apple Music, the whole thing. And you can follow us on YouTube. This is the show podcast. It's in all of our bios. It's in the TikTok bio. If you're from TikTok, it's in the Instagram bio, the whole thing. And then on Instagram, this is the show podcast. On Twitter, Alex be tweeting. This is the show 69 on Twitter. But the number one thing is please email us. If you listen to the show, if you like the show, if you hated my Batman review last week, we want to hear it. This is the show 69@gmail.com. And then you can follow me at Case McGowan with 2 N's, and that's it.
Love it. You can follow me at Alaska AALASKAA on Instagram and Twitter. And with that, episode 48 in the books. Thanks for hanging out, spending the weekend with us. Hope you have a great one. Hope you're not too hungover from St. Patrick's Day, which is happening on Thursday. As always, I'm one of your hosts, Alex Webb.
Case McGowan.
See you next time. We love you.
Love you.